We are here today at Wenger's Meeting House, also known as the United Zion Church. The church itself was founded in 1871. This cemetery that we're going to go through a little bit, this is actually as early as 1771. This was on the Hans Wegner farm, thus the name Wenger's Meeting House. And really neat place, a lot of history here. So let's turn this around and check this out. Very clean cemetery. This is one of these traditional United Brethren meeting houses. Very cool. So let's go through this. I had somehow missed this. I think the oldest, they say is 1771. The oldest one that's recorded, I think, is 1841, which was a Christian Wenger who is the grandson of the Hans Wegner. But they do say that Hans and the other, like his children, are buried here. The stones just aren't here, which is sort of depending on if you had field stones or whatever it was. But they have it in German, but they also have 1871 Wenger Meeting House. The Wenger Cemetery started in 1771 and was built on the northwest corner of the Hans Wegner farm. So this is another one of those things where you had a family farm cemetery, if you will, or a family plot that eventually evolved into a church, came here and then went from there. And that's just sort of how it worked. But beyond that, I really don't know a whole lot about this. This is just one of those ones that you come to and wanted to check out and see what it was about. Ernst Stutzman, so you see a bunch of Dutchy type names. There's a Jacob Wenger. So there's all kinds of different, like some of the, once again, this is one of those cemeteries that has a lot of the early settlers of this area. And so there's a lot of common names from that period of time that you'll find in this cemetery. And, you know, I say it a lot, but every single one of these people has a story. They had families that loved them, and really I'm impressed with how clean the stones are. Here's a Reverend John B. looks like Firestein, 1809 to 1891. So he's probably a pastor here, most likely. James Rudolph, the Grove family over there. It does get much newer then, but they had this place got used, I think. I forget when. There's an Anna Wenger. It got used till about 2003. Now, it wasn't used by the original church, but when they stopped using it, then the Wenger family, they have their family reunions here, and I think since 2003, they've been using this to have their morning church service, and this is really quite cool here. So they have a memorial, whether this is where they're buried or not. Hans Wegner, 1705 to 1772, and his wife Anna. They don't have a birth date till 1771. Hans is the son of Hans and Hanna Wenger of the canton Bern, Switzerland. Hans and Anna lived near Zweibrücken, the Palatinate in Germany, where their 8 children were born before coming to Pennsylvania on the ship Patience. I always loved the names of the ships from back then. In 1748, they received 170 acres of land from Caspar Schreck in 1749, of which this cemetery marks its northwest corner. Hans and Anna are believed to be buried near the foundation of the Wenger Meeting House, erected by their descendants. So they were, and like I said, their children are probably, most of them are all buried here as well. It's just they couldn't find the stones anymore. And you think about that, it's 250 years. You're going to have over that amount of time, it's just, they're not going to last. And especially if they were more like field stone, those types of things, they definitely didn't last. Yeah, this is such a beautiful cemetery. It's just another one of those things. It's like you talk about the serenity of places like this. But, well, I don't really know a whole lot more than that, and I'm still at the stage where my walking is difficult, so I'm being careful with what I do. So I want to say thank you once again for coming along on another adventure here at the Wenger's meeting house. We'll probably revisit at some point once I have a little bit more information, come a little more prepared. But I want to say thanks for coming along, and as always, we'll see you all about town. All right, so I'm going to add this. I didn't realize until I was taking a couple pictures for Instagram, and the children of Hans and Anna Wenger. This is on the back part of that stone. Stephen, 1728 to 1786, married Anna Mesh. Christian, 1730 to 1774, married Elizabeth Mesh. So they stayed within the family, which is, there weren't a whole lot of people back here at that time. So you sort of, there was a woman, you was a guy, you got married. A lot of in within the families. Judith, she's 1732 to 1812. She married Martin Funk. John, 1732 to 1806. He married Maria. His second marriage was a Sheffrin Huber. Maria, 1735 to 1775. Henry, there's no dates. He married a Sarah. Abraham married, or he was born 1740, lived to 1808, married Anna Groff. Martin, 1742 to 1815. His first wife was Anna Gingrich. His second wife was Catherine Funk. They are also believed to be buried here with their parents, probably right in this general region here somewhere. Might even be in that little section there where it's sort of open, but that all makes sense. But yeah, so a little bit more information. That's sort of cool to see that. And yeah, okie dokie, we'll see you guys. Hey, I just want to say thank you for watching the video. If you could please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, that would be great. And we also have a Facebook page, we have an Instagram page. If you'd like to support the channel, there is a Patreon. There are ways of contacting us at thehometownhistorian@gmail.com, and also via mail at P.O. Box 143, Annville, Pennsylvania 17003. All that information is on the descriptions of each video and also in the about for the channel. So thank you once again, and we'll see you all about town.